are you guys? Good morning, Olivia. Good morning. Welcome. Glad y'all are here today. Look at your hair, so cute today.
Thank you.
You ready to go in there and dance?
This is what a high-performing school looks like. A school with diversity and distinctions.
All right, we are ready to dance. Boys and girls, remember, if you're at your seat, all these motions are designed so that you can do them right from your seat.
A school students want to come to, where they're energized at the start of the day.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today?
Where kids pledge to do their best and be successful in all they do. A school where it's never too early to dream big dreams.
All right, you know what I'm going to ask. Where are you going? Have a terrific Tuesday.
This is Smith Elementary in Magnolia ISD, where leaders embrace grit and grace to grow a great public school.
Hello, Jeanette.
Hopefully.
Jaden, you know what college you're going to go to?
I want to go to Harvard and Yale.
Harvard and Yale. See? And what about you, Jamian?
I really want to go to either A&M
Woo!
or Florida State University.
Florida State. Okay, well, because I know your dad went to Florida State, right? Okay. Some of our students are coming from homes where I'm sure they're discussing college. However, probably 60% or more of our families have, the parents have not been to college. And so I've made it a goal here that we have every classroom adopt a college. And they have a banner posted. They are to talk about the school colors, the mascot, the location, what that school might specialize in. We try and talk about college in some fashion every single day, that's what comes after high school.
We have such a college focus on this campus. At the beginning of the year, the teachers talk about their colleges, the mascot, how their experience was, and then every Monday the teachers wear college shirts and the students are encouraged to wear college shirts as well. And we want college to become an everyday part of their lives, and it's something that they're always thinking about.
They have earned the most distinctions of any school in our district for the last 2 years and continue to be an exemplary school that leads the way in our area for what a Title I school can and should be.
She definitely had a long, hard road when she came here. The culture was very different. I remember Smith Elementary kind of being one of those schools where it was like, Smith. She had to break a lot of bad habits, and she had to raise the school. It was not a high-performing school, and she had a job ahead of her, and she was not very popular for the first 3 years because, people, when they are left to their own devices, are going to take the easiest road, and that's what was happening. She was able to get the right people in leadership positions, positive people who were working hard, and she made instruction the focus.
When Letty came to this school, the school was in transition. It was going at the area had been rezoned. There were some surprises with parents that this was going to be their new school.
How many stepbrothers? Core response.
3.
There's also a population that are not English speakers, and so they have that challenge for when they come on into school.
Pair share, go.
And then Letty stepped in, and she is so eager and enthusiastic, just looked that bull right in the eye and said, I can do this. And she started just bit by bit putting structures in place, putting expectations in place, and building the kind of culture that she knew would be successful for all the different populations that are represented at this school.
Our campus has about 800 students. Our demographics are about 62% low socioeconomic. The majority of our students are Hispanic. We have 60% Hispanic, and the remainder is mostly white with a small percentage of African American. Our campus does have a lot of challenges with low socioeconomic students. It takes a lot of time. I started with a simple school bus ride for our staff. We loaded everyone on a bus, and we talked about being on the bus. Are you with us kind of thing. And then we actually had one of the school buses pull up, and we took a tour of our school zone because I wanted them to see where our children were coming from. I do a lot of home visits, so I know where they're coming from, but a lot of our staff has not or had not been there before. And so they needed to see that some of our children were coming from, $300,000 homes, and then some of them were in trailers with no windows, no electricity, a water trough in the front yard for bathing and for water, trash everywhere, just frightening circumstances they needed to see that so they can have that empathy and understanding, yet come back and talk about how we owe them this greatness and these high expectations.
This campus now is a prime example, actually I think it should be a prime example in the state, of what a Title I school can be. So Mrs. Roman has done what any good principal has to do, that is she's made some changes in the staff, made some changes on the team of how they perceive and view things, and created a great team concept here, and partnered with, I believe, her parents here too. And that's what I think has been the strength of this school. When people tell me that public education is failing, they need to come and walk these halls and see what our teachers have to go through. I would venture to say that none of them could handle this rigor of the accountability that they're constantly having to adhere to, and at the same time give the love and the patience that they have to give to these students every single day. And the balancing of that is absolutely incredible that these individuals do.
Great job, thank you.
I think a great principal just needs to know her students and her teachers, the families, the community. It's quite a all-encompassing picture. I think if you leave out any piece of that, then you can't be great. When I went into administration, became an assistant principal, I think it was in the first week of school that we had our morning announcements and gotten everybody tucked away in class. And I put my things down and grabbed my radio and went off down the halls to visit classrooms. And I just remember the look and the feel and the smell of the school, and knowing that I was going to have an impact on hundreds of children and teachers. And it just washed all over me from head to toe. I think I got goosebumps, and I remember just raising my hands and saying, yes, this is the job for me. And it's probably super weird. If anyone was watching me, they thought I went insane that day, but I just knew, that moment I knew this is the job I'm supposed to do, and I've never questioned it since then.